Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my group reading in celebration of the Fall Equinox. On September 22nd, we get to celebrate this amazing time of an equinox. We are ushering into that fall season. On the equinox, the hours of light and dark are balanced. This balance gives us a perfect time to reflect on what we've achieved and overcome, and then on the flip side of that, what is to come. What can we look forward to? We worked hard. There's many abundances that we can embrace and celebrate. That's part of the fall season, is that beautiful bounty, that harvest that we get to celebrate and enjoy. So what aspects and pieces can we enjoy and embrace, and what's more, incorporate into our everyday? We're preparing to go into the winter season. From here, the nights are going to get longer. It's going to be more of a challenge because we as creatures enjoy that light. We are invigorated and inspired by that light. That darkness brings with it fear. And with that fear brings anxiety. We start to feel those anxious and depressive energies well up within ourselves. Using those skills and strategies that we've used in past lifetimes, in current lifetimes, and past situations. Planning for and being prepared with extra supports as we need. That's what we're going to look at today. What we've overcome and what we can look forward to and how we can kind of plan forward for it. So the decks I've chosen for this reading, I went with the Witch's Tarot and the Enchanted Map Oracle. And like always, I have links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. And the selections I have for my Fall Equinox reading, of course we have Tiger Iron, Serpentine, and I went with Tiger Eye. I want you to choose whichever crystal resonates with you the most right now. Then go into the description box. There are timestamps there that correlate with each crystal. Select the appropriate timestamp. It will take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there, my friends. Hello and welcome, my Tiger Iron friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the autumn equinox wants to share with you. What reflections should my Tiger Iron friends focus on for the equinox? The Ace of Pentacles. Those gifts, that wisdom, those seeds that we're planting. We need to focus in on those pieces that we started to get to know and have started to come forward. Whether it be through that wisdom and guidance that you're gaining from those high vibrational beings, from the collective consciousness, or inspiration. There are aspects that have been kind of hitting home and you're not sure how. Nurturing you and giving you that time to, well, enjoy you. The Three of Pentacles. Now, Threes in tarot are about expression and growth. That pentacle is about growth and abundance. We're looking at that reflection of growth. I know if you've seen any of my past videos, you hear me bang on about small, steady steps. Well, this is a time where you need to stop and turn around and see that progress. See where you've been. See those amazing shifts and changes. See how things have started to flourish and grow. Now, we're also looking at the Three of Pentacles. And the card itself talks about cooperation and teamwork. I like to call this card my Triforce Perfecta. When you're working with you, that physical support team, and then that astral, spiritual support team. Reflecting on that support team. Giving them that gratitude that they so deserve, and sending them your love. You've been accessing their support directly and indirectly for some time. It's time to give back. Let them know how much they mean to you. In reflection, we realize that we really aren't alone. And it's amazing how many people and beings are there for us and encouraging us forward. The Ace of Pentacles. Aces are about those new beginnings. That gift. Those pieces and aspects that have started to come forward for you. I like to think of the Ace of Pentacles because, again, we're back to that growth of a pentacle as the seeds of pieces and aspects of self that have started to grow. The seeds have finally come up far enough for that growth to appear, or these are new aspects, new ideas, skills, abilities that are going to support you along your journey. In this reflection of how far you've come, part of it will also be these skills and abilities, these aspects that are starting to grow. You're feeling more confident with them, and it's important that we start to utilize these new emerging pieces as they come forward. Through use, acknowledgement, and embracing them, you're going to allow them to flourish, to grow, strengthening that root system, strengthening your root system, so that you can withstand some of those challenges that are to come. Let's go on to some guidance. What information and guidance can my Tiger Iron friends use to go forward into the fall? Got to remember that the Fall Equinox is about balance. Going back and going forward. The Six of Pentacles. You guys are getting a pentacle-tastic reading, which is nice because you know that that grounded, earthy energy is going to be important for you throughout the fall. It's going to be a nice piece to take forward, knowing that we need to focus in on that grounding. So things like the Tiger Iron are going to be an essential asset for you as you go forward and head towards winter. Now the Six of Pentacles, of course, we're looking at that balance, the balance of energy, ensuring that all aspects of self are being cared for. We can't hyper-focus in on the past. We can't hyper-focus in on what should or could come. We need to focus in on the present, enjoying and experiencing all that the day has for us. Yes, planning ahead is a fantastic part of what tarot offers us, also reminds us of the need to live right in that present. This present aspect is where we are. We can gain knowledge from the past. We can plan for the future. However, we have to keep things in perspective and focus in on the here and now. The Knight of Wands. Now, Knights are that adolescent, no fear energy. That wand, well, we're getting out of the pentacles here, and we're going into that inner flame, that inner fire. The Knight, of course, we're looking at that no fear energy, that inner fire, that courage, that determination that is connected in to our passions and our creativity. One of the ways that we can stay in the present and keep ourselves moving forward is focusing in on those life-giving, passion-filled experiences and aspects of self. When we give ourselves time and permission to enjoy all aspects of ourselves and of our lives, we're able to receive more information, experience more, and take that knowledge with us, learning from those past mistakes and stumbles and triumphs. That balance is going to be an essential piece. Also, we're looking at that planning forward, that courage, that determination. Let's be honest, we're going to need it to overcome the rest of 2020. 2020 has been a pivotal year of ensuring that we have that very stable and positive foundation. The universe is shaking free any of the debris and residue of low vibration that isn't serving you. The universe is shaking free those pieces and aspects of low vibration that aren't serving us, leaving space for those new, amazing pieces and aspects that are starting to emerge. So we can guesstimate that 2020 still has a little bit of work to do, because many of us, and it's not all of us, but some of us are still holding on and resisting that shift. That resistance is going to cause 2020 to continue its tower-esque strikes on us and the world. Having that courage, having that inner fire is going to be needed to embrace what is in store for the fall and winter of 2020. Additionally, that inner flame is going to be needed as the nights get longer, as things get harder for us. As a species, we enjoy and we bask in the light and love of the sun. As that time gets shorter and that night creeps up, and with it, our fears and our worries, we slide into depressive and anxious states. Using our inner fire, our inner passion to overcome these anxious and fearful moments will help to, light our way through that darkness. Let's get into some blessings. What abundance can my tiger iron friends look forward to this equinox? The Dragon's Lair. It looks like an ominous card, right? With the ice and the dragons. Yet it's not. It's a beautiful card of protection and stability. We have this amazing foundation beneath us. We have the supports and guidance of those amazing high vibrational beings, and of course our physical support team. We can bask in the knowledge that it doesn't matter what 2020 is going to throw at us. We have that foundation. We have an understanding of why there has been so many crashes, booms, and stumbles throughout 2020. That foundation needs to be true, tried, and tested. And of course, of the highest vibration, giving us the most protection and the most security. We've been working on and reinforcing that foundation through the work we've done on ourselves, those aspects and pieces that are starting to emerge, and things that we're looking forward to. We're not going to back down. We're not going to roll over and play dead. We have this stability. We know that if things get tough, not only are the dragons there for us, but all the high vibrational beings. And what's more, we know how to ask them for help. And then finally, what blessings will my Tiger Iron friends need to embrace to support them through this fall? Protecting treasures. It's a very fitting card for what we're feeling. Most of us are feeling that very turtle, restricted, and bound up energy. We're trying to protect ourselves. But even in the craziest of storms, and all that 2020 has thrown at us, we have had that protection and that guidance, which is depicted through the rainbow there, from the high vibrational beings. We don't need to cocoon ourselves to protect ourselves. We have that protection from the high vibrational beings. We have to remember that we are protected and we have that support. And we need to continue to move forward. If we don't move forward, that stagnation is going to cause that tower to come in even heavier. And in some cases, with more, and in some cases, bringing with it even more heartache and pain. So instead of cocooning ourselves, it's time to take that umbrella, get our wheelbarrow or her wagon, and put our treasures and get going. Knowing that we have emerging skills and abilities, and that we have that passion, we have that courage, should we tap into it. It's about our choices and how we react to what's happening around us. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the Fall Equinox wants to share with you. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing healing and insight is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. And yes, I know lots of people have Patreon pages. And I also have lots of tiers and perks. My perks, of course, we're looking at readings and healings. Also, I have a Patreon exclusive library of videos that I've made for my Patreon supporters. I really want to give back and support my supporters. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Tiger Iron friends. Hello and welcome, my Serpentine friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the Fall Equinox wants to share with my Serpentine friends. What reflections should my Serpentine friends focus in on this equinox? The Four of Pentacles. Now, fours in tarot are always a foundational number. They talk about that stability. Well, the Pentacle is looking at that growth and stability. The Four of Pentacles talks about that stability that we've created in our lives. We've created that stability within our lives. And it's essential that we don't allow that stability to stop us from growing. Now, this card does re-illustrate the same positioning of the coins as the original one that Pamela Coleman Smith drew. We have a pentacle underneath each of his feet, and then one at his root, and one covering his solar plexus and heart chakras. We can't allow what stability we have created in our lives to stop us from growing. We need to reflect on how we have created the stability and then nurture that stability so we can have it strengthen. Getting it away from our feet so we have connection to that earth. We feel grounded. Getting it off of our root chakra. So not only do we have that ability to ground ourselves even further, so that we can create a further, deeper, and greater stability on an energetic and spiritual level. Then, of course, our solar plexus and our heart. If we turtle ourselves now, we're going to lessen our ability to experience and learn, which can cause us to come back to similar situations and repeat this pattern until we learn it. The reflection piece here, my Serpentine friends, is to ensure that we maintain that stability, figuring out how we created that stability, and then looking at how we can allow it to continue to grow without allowing our ego to box us in and stop further progression and growth. The Moon, the 17th card in the Major Arcana. We're looking at that mysterious, unknown element. And 2020 could be kind of summed up on that mysterious, unknown element. Every time we think we have 2020 figured out, it throws something else at us. It very much feels like the Tower card, where the universe isn't done striking, because globally, we haven't shifted enough. For those who need to continue to shift, that lightning strike will continue to impact them. More of us who are embracing that unknown, we're reaching out and reaching up for that support through those high vibrational beings, through our positive support team. You're going to find that the Tower strikes, but it's at a distance. Yes, we may be impacted because we're watching friends, family, people we know struggle. However, you'll find that things bypass your place, bypass your life, so that you're not directly involved. You can become involved through support and trying to raise that person or people up, helping them to raise their vibration, nurturing them, and trying to get them on the right path. We can only show them the path. We can't push them down because they will run back the other way, twice as far back. It's something they have to do on their own. We can only be there to support them. Now, the Moon also offers us a fantastic opportunity to reflect in on ourselves. Let's be honest, the one thing that is the most unknown to us is ourselves. We've covered ourselves up, we've shove things into the darkness, into recesses of ourselves that we don't want to even admit exist? How have we started to reconnect with us? How have we nurtured and started to heal and work with us? This is a piece that's going to keep coming up, as that healing and connection is a challenge that we're all working through. This healing is a process, and we have lifetimes of healing to overcome and get through. Reflecting on what you have done, what has been working, and how you can continue that healing and nurturing of you. Let's go on to some more planning here. What information and guidance can my Serpentine friends use to go forward? The Five of Pentacles. Fives in tarot are always a challenge number. They're always a conflict for us. That pentacle, we're looking at that stability, that connection. The Five of Pentacles talks about how we're feeling disconnected, and how that disconnect is only going to amplify as the season continues on and heads towards winter. Winter is coming, my friends. Being prepared and making sure that we have that connection. We feel connected to those physical people in our lives in a safe way. Many of us are finding that, yes, communities have opened up and are looking at now closing down again. We need to figure out a creative way to be able to connect in and have that support and stability of our friends and our family. Additionally, this card talks about that need to connect in and reach up for the support of those high vibrational beings and the universe. The fall and winter give us a lot of amazing time to work on ourselves. Many of us spend a lot more time inside. It's cold, the weather's not conducive, and it's dark. We have that ability to reinforce and work on those connections. Additionally, in October, we are blessed by the thinning of the veil, so those connections become easier. I like to think of October as a month that supports us like training wheels on a bike. It starts to thin the veil, so we're able to access and utilize skills with greater ease. So as the veil starts to thicken and reform itself at the beginning of November, we have those skills and we're able to strengthen them as that veil starts to thicken and reform. So we have amazing opportunities ahead of us to start to work on those connections. The Nine of Wands. We add in a touch of passion and a lot of flame. Now, nines are about all that we've achieved, all that we've overcome in our lives. And, well, given 2020, it's been a lot, guys. We've managed to overcome and deal with a lot. That wand talks about not backing down. 2020 is not done. There's going to be other twists, turns, bumps, and thumps. We need to use that inner fire, that inner flame to not back down, to keep us going. Yes, things are going to be a little bit mysterious, and sometimes you have to wonder why. But it's not about that why. It's more about how do I go forward. Let's get into some blessings. What abundances can my Serpentine friends look forward to this equinox? Education. What a fantastic card. Really sums up what I said earlier. We're looking at that reflection of how we created that stability. And what more? How we continue to grow and to nurture it so it becomes even stronger. Especially given this turbulence of 2020. Additionally, we have that moon card where we're looking at that need to reflect in on how we've been nurturing ourselves, how we've been dealing with those unknown factors and twists and turns. This education and reflection helps us to strengthen the tools, those skills, those abilities that are going to take us forward. 2020 is the beginning of a new decade. So the next decade is going to give us a lot of opportunities to, well, raise our vibration and strengthen these skills. Will the whole decade be like 2020? It's going to depend on the global mass. If the masses keep pushing and resisting, the universe will keep persisting. The most important aspect for us to take forward, we have this knowledge that's going to support us no matter what the future holds. Let's continue on. What blessings will my Serpentine friends need to support themselves through the fall? Wide open. This talks about the need to be open to whatever we're going to experience and whatever is going to happen in the future. The fall, we know, brings about different energies of abundance and energies of fear, that unknown. The nights are getting longer, and we were taught at a young age that everything scary comes out at night. We need to be mindful of any resistances and start to shift that vibration to openness and one of embracement. The more we're open to experience all that this season has to offer us, the more we're going to get out of 2020, and the less we're going to be struck by that lightning. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the Fall Equinox wants to share with you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. And I know lots of people have them. And of course, I've got lots of tiers, and those perks, you're looking at free readings and healings. Additionally, I also have a Patreon exclusive video library that is just for my supporters. I really enjoy supporting those who support me. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Serpentine friends. Hello and welcome, my Tiger Eye friends. This reading is especially for you. And like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the Fall Equinox wants to share with my Tiger Eye friends. What reflections should my Tiger Eye friends focus in on for the Fall Equinox? The Eight of Cups. On the Eight of Cups, you're looking at that inner reflection. Eights are about movement and manifestation. And that cup, we're looking at that intuitional and emotional self. Thus, that Eight of Cups, we're looking at that inner journey, that inner reflection. How far have you come? Where do you need to go? If you've seen any of my past videos, you know I like to say little baby steps. That safe, stable step. You start to get that progression. It's slow and steady. This is a time where we're able to stop and turn around. Look at that progression. Look at the different parts of yourself that you have connected in with. How are they able to support you? How can you use them better? Reflection means asking some of those questions. Especially, where do you go next? The Death card. The 13th card in the Major Arcana. There are aspects and pieces that we need to release. Nobody really likes the Death card. It's not one we go, yay! It's one that we like to resist because it's asking for that change. It's asking for continued shifts and for you to continue release. And for you to continue to release aspects and pieces that aren't serving you. They're not working. It's a challenge, yet this reflection is going to give you that sense of where you need to go. What is it that we need to overcome and continue to work through so that we continue to have that progression and that evolution? Let's look at that future a bit. What information and guidance can my tiger-eyed friends use to go forward? The Nine of Pentacles. Now, nines are about all that we've achieved, all that we've overcome in our lives. The Nine of Pentacles talks about that abundance, that growth. We've achieved quite a lot, not only in that inner aspect, that's spiritual, but in other aspects of our lives as well. We've got that abundance. And I know that physical abundance is the most tangible piece that we can kind of equate our wealth and that abundance. But we have abundance in all aspects of our lives. And it's in that global or holistic abundance that we need to look at. We need all areas of our lives to flourish. And how we're going to do that is by releasing pieces and aspects that are holding us back. Those value sets, those beliefs, those thoughts and feelings that are not serving you. The more that we can release at a steady pace with, well, it's hard to say, the least resistance possible from our ego, the better. That's why I say slow and steady. Our ego doesn't have a chance to respond. It's kind of like a slow leak. If you can release and refocus that energy on different aspects of your life, allowing them to flourish and grow, you start to weed out those aspects that aren't serving you. And death is right here going, yeah, give it to me. I'll take it. It's time to let go of that. It's not serving you. Let's get space for things that will. That slow, steady release doesn't cause your ego to become alarmed because you're not setting out and going, I'm going to make drastic change. because that's when your ego goes, oh my God, red alert. No, we're not. Slow and steady, you make more shift and changes. We just don't realize it until we stop and reflect. The King of Pentacles, Midas touch himself. The more we're able to release, the more we're able to flourish and grow, the more abundance you will have on all aspects of your life. When we reshift and remaneuver where our perspectives are, when we look at that abundance, that hope, that positivity, that love, we're able to start to redirect our energies. We stop going to that place of fear and anger, and we go to the growth. We go to that love. That's when that vibration rises and that abundance flows. That shift in itself brings about a progressive, steady release. If we are not feeding energy and time to aspects and pieces in our lives that are not serving us, they start to die away. They're less of a fallback or a go-to when we're struggling. They kind of disappear from the back of our mind. It's similar to when we were children. Many of us walked around with a bottle or a soother or a blanket or a teddy. We don't do that anymore. And we usually don't go back to going, oh, it's really tough. I need my soother or my bottle. We have other coping mechanisms, and that's what we need to start to focus in on. And we need to start to nurture and allow to grow, are those positive aspects of self. Let's go on to some blessings. What abundances can my tiger eye friends look forward to this fall equinox? Spirit of place. Everywhere and everything has a life to it, a feeling, an energy. And that is very true for ourselves. No matter where we go, we leave that energy imprint. And the more authentic we are to ourselves, the higher that energy imprint will be. The more we understand ourselves, the more we're able to focus in and function from that high vibrational space, the more powerful and supportive we are, no matter where we go. We literally become that beacon in the darkness. So working on self not only makes us feel better and brings in that abundance we're looking for, we will also have an impact on individuals in an indirect way. We know that the more we work on ourselves, the better we feel. So the abundance that we can look forward to this fall is improving and increasing that energy signature, supporting ourselves, bringing in further abundances, further joys, further fulfillment, and supporting everybody and anything that crosses our path in a positive way. And then finally, what blessings will my tiger eye friends need to embrace to support themselves throughout the fall? Mountain, that stable, immovable fortress. The more stable the more grounded we are, the more we're going to be able to grow and to experience, to grow and to flourish. Well, it's a little cliche, but winter is coming, my friends. And the more stable, the more grounded we are, the more we're going to be able to weather the storms, weather that darkness, and weather those emotions that are attached to that darkness. As winter comes, the night increases. That length of time that we're in the dark increases, and so does those feelings of sadness and worry. The more grounded we are, the more stable we are, the more we're going to be able to use our skills, our abilities to overcome those very low vibrational feelings. Better understanding of self and how we can use those amazing tools, those skills, those abilities to our advantage to overcome and throw off that heaviness that winter brings. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the fall is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. And I know lots of people have them. And of course, I've got lots of perks and tiers. And of course, I've got lots of tiers and perks. And of course, I've got lots of tiers and perks. And those perks, we're looking at free readings and healings. Additionally, I also have a library of Patreon exclusive videos. I enjoy supporting those who support me most. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my tiger eye friends.